everybody, it's Sam at Mixed Up Craft. Thank you for watching my tutorial today. This is another project for my Valentine's week, and this is these cute little corner pop-up cards. So be my Valentine. I've got a matching little envelope there, and basically you just slide off the belly band, and then as it opens up, it's got a little Velcro bit here, you stick it down and it creates this little corner card which sits up like so. So it's really, really cute. It's proper like you'd get in school kind of thing, like who's it from, question mark. So I thought these are fun maybe for the kids to give at school if they've got a secret admirer, a boyfriend or girlfriend, or even just with your friends and your partners yourself. So it's just a bit of fun. I don't have a lot of Valentine's sentiments and bits and pieces, so I've just kind of grabbed together what I have, but see it there, it's just really nice, and this works with anything. So I was actually a few people have requested me to make this style card because I'd done it as a Facebook Live, and I'll share the links of those two. They were birthday cards, children's birthday cards, so I'll share those links to give you some inspiration on other, you know, style designs for this card, but I thought I'd do an actual tutorial as well. So it's really straightforward, so let's crack on and make that one. So you're going to need, there's loads of pieces only because I've got all the decoration here, but the actual card itself is really straightforward. So for the envelope, so I've already done it here, I've just done the same one again. It's a 4x4 card, so you want to follow the 4x4 card size here. It's telling you need a piece of paper that's 6 7/8 by 6 7/8, and then you just follow the first score line at 3.5. Okay, if you're unsure how to use this, I'll attach the link to showing you how to use the envelope punch board as well. Okay, so that's the envelope, so that was just quick and easy. So I've got the Velcro there, because a lot of people have, you know, when I've seen these are done, they just have that hanging, but I like it when it's Velcroed down because it actually means that the card sits flat. Whereas some of them, you see this starting to come up because it's obviously been burnished and it's a bend in the card, but you can see now it's obviously flat. So that's why I use the Velcro. So they're by the brand Velcro as well. These ones are black, which worked well with this project because I'm using black, red and white. So you've got your hook and your loops there together. Okay, so that's the Velcro. Got foam for some of the sentiments. These are the letters I use. You can just pick them up there because they're black, whereas most of my dies are silver. But I use the question mark here and the X and the O there. I die cut them all 3 times, stuck them on top of each other to make them really, really nice and thick. And then they give me these, you can kind of hear, really hard. They're almost like wooden veneers now. And I'm just going to have those kind of clustered together there. So I've got that little sentiment ready. I'll pop that there. I've got this love die. I'll share all the links to my dies that I've got. Again, I've die cut that 3 times, so it's just nice and raised. It just gives there's a lot of dimension. You can't really pick it up in video, but when you give it to someone, they really notice it. That's my little question mark there, but let's be careful I don't lose my little dot there. It's the Be My Valentine for the front. This is for the belly band. And then I've got a strip here. It's just default length of your letter paper or A4 paper, and then it's 3/4 of an inch wide, so you can get that piece ready. The papers I'm using are these same ones here from Paper Mania last year. No, Paper Mania or Dovecraft? Dovecraft, wasn't it? I think it was Dovecraft I said. Anyway, again, I'll share the links as best as I can. Some of the papers I'm using today are from a very old Stampin' Up paper pack. Because it doesn't really matter about Valentine's. I'm not too worried about having the most current stuff. I mean, it's only hearts and yeah, so as long as you've got all that kind of stuff. So this is this double-sided paper pack here, so I've just used some of that because it was just sitting there otherwise. So you are going to need, for the main card base, it's a piece of 8x8 cardstock. Okay, so that's what I've got here. Then you will need 4 pieces, depending on your patterns and designs, what you want to do. So these 3 pieces are going in the inside, and these all measure 3 3/4 inch squared. So I'm going to have, this will make sense when I cut it in a minute, but I'm going to have, they're going to be my side parts to the card, and then this is that bottom bit that folds up. Okay, so this is all inside the card, so bear that in mind when you're choosing your prints and your patterns. And then this is the piece that's going on the front, so it's the same as the one I've done here, okay? And I've just got, this is my heart, which is going to be that piece that's Velcroed down on the side. Okay, so that's all the pieces there. So grab your 8x8 piece of cardstock, and you just want to score at 4 inches, rotate, and again at 4 inches. Okay, get rid of your scoreboard, just grab a ruler, and you're going to score, pick any, doesn't really matter, but the bottom right hand side here, and you're just going to burnish from the score from the center right down to the point there. Make sure you get it right to that point. Okay, so we're going to be folding that in a minute. Okay, so that's that piece. So now we can go ahead and burnish all of our score lines. Okay, and then this one here, you want to bring it down like so. Okay, and as you do, you'll see you'll get that kind of squared part now, so your box is starting to form, and just make sure it's all nicely lined up, and then just burnish that like so. Okay, so that's what we should have. Okay, so we've got this piece here, so now we want to cut down this one here. So you've got that there on the left, you're going to cut down this one here on the right hand side. So you want to do this really neatly, because you are going to see some of this. Like so. This bottom piece, I'm just going to cut away just a slither, which is that lumpy bit of the scoring, just that score line that I'm just removing. Okay, you can see the amount there, just a tiny bit. Okay, and then what's going to happen is you're going to bring this one over, and then this one's going to go at the back. You just want to make sure you don't get anything overhanging, which is why I said just cut off that slither, and then that will be the back of your card. So now what will happen is that will go up, and then it will close over like so, and you want a nice square. You don't want to see anything overhanging like so. Okay, now it's entirely up to you when you come to decorate it, if you want to stick this down now and decorate it while it's all together, or lie it down flat, remembering that this is the back. So the best way to do that, just so that you know you don't accidentally stick something on it, put a cross on it, so you know that you're not using that piece. And I just find it a bit easier to decorate these back pieces while it's all nice and flat. So I've got my 2 here, which are 3 3/4 of an inch squared. So I'm just gonna, I've already put the backings on here, so I'm just gonna stick these ones on the back there. And then this piece here, so as for the middle, would have been like that, and then I just literally put it in my trimmer point to point and just cut up. If not, just get a ruler, draw a pencil mark, and then just cut up that one there, just to give you these 2 halves. And they're basically going to go in there. I haven't stuck the back of these because I'm going to use just some of my tacky glue for this bit, just so I can get it right up into the edges there, so none of it's will like roll up or anything. Okay, so that's all stuck down now. So you should have about a 1/8 of an inch border on everything there. Okay, so now I'm going to continue decorating the back here. So I've got this love that's going to go in the middle, and then I'm going to stick down these XO, going to go down, I think, along the bottom there, maybe up the top. No, I'm going to keep them at the bottom this time. I had them going across last time, but I quite like them in a cluster at the bottom there. So I'm just going to go and stick those down. I don't know whether some of you have this issue or not. I know I used to, which is why I invested in this, and it's a rubber for removing glue. So you probably can't see it here, but I've got little bits of glue on the top. So once that's dried, don't do it when it's wet, because otherwise you'll rip your paper, because the paper will be soft from the glue. So let it all dry, and then you just rub over that, and it just removes it. It's like magic. It's amazing, and it saves so many projects, especially if you get like glue on white card and it gets a bit dirty. This is amazing. Again, I'll share all the links for that. Right, so that's what I'm going to do for the minute. Then what you want to do is, you can use double-sided tape if you want, but I'm going to use my glue again, just because this is such a good glue. It just dries so hard, and it just finishes your projects really nicely. So I'll pop a bit of that on there, and then you're going to lift this one again, like I said, over, and then just bring that up, making sure it's all nice on the edges there, and just spend a bit of time making sure it's all nicely stuck down. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So that all looks really nice. And then what will happen now is when you close it, it will fold up like so. It's all ready now, you can see it coming together. So I'm going to stick this piece down on the front, which was my other 3 3/4 inch squared. Okay, so that's that one all down. Then I've got my piece here. Now what you want to do with this is all you want to do is stick the right hand side down and don't go right up into the edge, and all I'm using for it is foam. Because I'm using Velcro on this side, the Velcro will lift up the heart slightly, so you don't want it crooked. So if you just even it out by using some of the double-sided foam, like so, that's enough, that's all you need. You don't need to cover the whole thing. So take that off, and then I'll grab one of my Velcro dots, get the hook and the loop, make sure it's nice and in the centre. Okay, pop that on the other side, like so, so it's all sticky, and then hover it over to where you want it. I'm making sure the middle of my heart is in the middle of this line here, and the bottom. That is all nice and even now, and that's all stuck down. So now you can see that's all coming together nicely. And then I've got my little question mark, which is going to sit right in the middle there. So I'll just get that glued down. So now that's stuck in place. I'm going to pop it on its side and just rub over that. Like I said, you can't really see it, but just to show you what you do, just use it as a normal rubber. Yeah, that's all gone. A little bit down there. There we go. Okay, so now you would obviously just have to help that along a little bit, like so, once it gets moving more and more, but you can see now the dot underneath there, and then it just slides up, okay, and closes up. And then we'll do the belly band. So I'm literally just showing you how to quickly put it all together. You don't need to see all the detail of the extra bits I'll do, because you'll see them in the pictures at the end, so I'm just showing you here. So I've got my little sentiment for the front. I'm just going to sit that in the middle. Oh, actually no, you want to put that on here first, like so. So do it all, fill it all up with what you're doing, because obviously I've got things in here that are quite bulky. You can see there, those little bits there. Do everything first and do the belly band last, because you're going to be wrapping that around it, so you don't want to do it when there's nothing in it. So I'm just very loosely wrapping it around. You don't want to pull it really taut, because you don't want it to be stuck. And then I'm just going to trim both ends there, splodge some glue in the middle, and then bring that down over the top. Whilst that's there, I can put this then on top, like so. I'll just turn that over so I can apply some pressure to it. Okay, so that's now all done, so you can just slide it off. It should have a bit of room, okay? Slide that one off, and then it will open up, and whoever gets it will see that. So I'm going to carry on and finish all those bits off there. Again, you'll see all that in the picture, what I've done, but that's how you make it. It's so quick to do, and then it's just up to you how you decorate it. So hope you like this one. I hope your Valentine enjoys it too. These are going to be going to friends for their kids to take to school. So I'd actually quite like to see the moment they give it to their Valentine, or whether they leave it in their bag or something. I think it's quite sweet. But there you go. So that's today's project, nice and quick. Hope you enjoyed it. Please hit the like button if you did, and subscribe to our channel to see more. Thanks for watching. Bye.